Welcome into Raiders Gameday, everybody. Amber Theoharis along with James Jones and Eric Allen. So the Raiders lose another one, this time 15-9 to the Falcons. This has been a disappointing season, and the losses continue to rack up. Yet the defense, especially the players, continue to go out there. You can tell that they're trying to prove they belong on this roster for next year or elsewhere for next year. And you have to give them credit yet again for the fifth game in a row. This team was in a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. They are still fighting. Just a lot of personnel problems when you're playing with your backups and you're playing with a lot of rookies out there, EA.
Yeah, credit to the coaching staff getting these guys ready to play. I thought that the effort was, again, 100%. Guys are not quitting out there. Just the little details, and we'll see those things in the next hour or so. Those little details are what's important in keeping this football team from being on the winning side of the column.
Yeah, we got to find a way to score. Got to find a way to score. Defensively, all year long, their backs have been against the wall. And they've been doing their best. And obviously, when you're out there and the offense is not scoring, it's going to be big-time plays that you're going to give up. But kudos to this defense, man. They buckled down and held this team to a bunch of Youngway Cool field goals, whatever his name is, a bunch of field goals. They did their thing today. Offensively, we have to find a way to generate some explosive plays to help this offense out because our pass rush is coming along.
It is.
It is.
Even without the great Max Crosby.
Yeah, even without Max Crosby. We're going to talk about that. Let's take you out to the game action at Allegiant Monday Night Football. And Robert Spillane and A.J. Cole leading the team as captains going out.
Love the energy today.
I love
the energy.
Coming out.
Monday
Raiders
night
opening
football.
drive, 1st and 10, reverse end around. Look, they're trying to get fancy there and paid for it. Jacoby Myers sacked for a loss of 10 yards.
You see, was anyone open downfield? They had this covered up. They had this covered up a little bit there.
The only thing he can do is throw that one away.
Yeah.
2 plays later, 3rd and 23. Not where you want to be. Alexander Madison rushes up the middle, and then this is definitely not where you want to be. Fumbles it. It is recovered by Kevin King. The Atlanta Falcons would have the ball.
Yeah, that's a new thing, though. They're tackling and punching the ball out. It's a good run.
That's taught now.
Yeah, it is.
Taught now. You got to protect that football.
So Falcons with the ball now, and Kirk Cousins, who's been playing really poorly coming into this game, he completes to Ray McLeod for 14 yards. Falcons are in field goal range. And
now they're not in field goal range.
now they're not. And look, another young guy comes up big. Jonah Laulu makes the play.
Jonah.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Oh.
But this, special teams was quite an issue. A.J. Cole's punt is blocked by Kadero Hodge, so they only net 30 yards on the punt. It's more like it's tipped. And so Atlanta takes over at midfield. So in the entire first half, Atlanta would have the ball at an advantageous field position. And here's Bijan Robinson taking advantage of it.
He's a good player right
10 yards.
Good football player there.
5 plays later, it's 2nd and 10, and Kirk Cousins, just Drake London is wide open there. 30 yards for
What happened?
touchdown.
We got the double move. Eye discipline. Yeah. So once you see that on film a couple of times, a guy's doing that, you're going to kind of give him some candy and come back and try and hit him with it.
So right now the Falcons up 7-0, and here's Desmond Ridder in the second quarter to Sincere McCormick for 15 yards. 2 plays later, 2nd and 9. Desmond Ridder scrambles to the left for 11 yards.
That's what you do best. Get out of there, make some plays with your legs, force that linebacker to be able to spy on you and hold him in there.
And here we go on 3rd down. Can they come up with a big play? The big guy's open, but the pass sails over his head.
Yeah, when you got position like that, inside position right there, just let him box him out and put enough air on it so he can go make that play.
Daniel Carlson with the 52-yard field goal. It's good, and they're on the board. Should have been a tied game, but instead it's 7-3. Later in the quarter, Atlanta punting. Bradley Pinion punts for 40 yards to the Vegas 3.
So you know that feet on the 10 don't back up.
3. So they start inside their own 5, and Alexander Madison takes a loss of 2 yards on 1st and 10. And then the next play is 2nd and 12. And Alexander Madison.
Yeah, we got back-to-back negative plays.
Safety.
Back there.
Remember, guys, Sincere McCormick is not in the ball game anymore. Yeah. And he was a guy who was giving us that good opportunity to keep the ball on the ground.
So now it's 9-3 Falcons in the 3rd quarter, opening drive of the 2nd half.
Cousins
is intercepted by Robert Spillane, looking to set the tone in the 2nd half. He continues to
That's a big-time catch right there by the linebacker.
Yeah, that's a good catch. Man, letting you know. Costco hoodie.
Raiders next possession, 2nd and 22. See, these are the problems. 2nd and 22 is not where you want to be in the first place, and then you get sacked by D'Angelo Malone and you force a punt. And then again for the second time, the punt is blocked.
That's the same look, though. It's the same look. How are we letting people run up in the A's and the B gaps on the punt protection? That's the same look. We got to do a better job on that. This is how you lose football games right here. We got to be.
So luckily they didn't scoop it right there.
Right.
Luckily, Diablo comes up with it, returns it to the 37, but still.
We just need Diablo just to jump over that cat.
Not
like we need to
optimal.
put Diablo at running back.
For the Falcons with the ball in Raiders territory, Bijan Robinson can run 9 yards.
He's a good player.
But you know what? The defense held him
What's
to
his
a
name?
field goal. Young Hoku, 40 yards. Coup. 40-yard field goal. The Falcons 12-3. In the fourth quarter, Kirk Cousins is sacked. Tyree Wilson.
No one's open.
That was a covered sack. That was
go.
really good. Look at our back end right now.
Look at that.
Everybody plaster. They know where to go with the ball. Good job.
I see you, Coach Graham. I see you, Coach Graham.
Who's this, JJ?
Young Hoku.
Young Hoku, 48-yard field goal.
Another field goal.
So holding them to 3. That's what you do. So the Falcons are at 15-3. Later in the fourth, Falcons have the ball back in. Bijan Robinson.
Got to get him on that grizzle.
29 yards. Nice run.
Yeah, he's smooth, man. Speed, power,
Get
all
the second level bouncing. Okay.
And so he's down to the Las Vegas 45. Next play, 1st and 10. And Kirk Cousins fumbles. He does recover it, though.
Falcons are not that good.
No.
They're not. We're talking about them for a playoff position right now.
No.
Man. Get them.
That's a sack.
Yep.
Here we go on the Raiders' next possession, 2nd and 11. Desmond Ridder was looking for Jacoby, but Justin Simmons comes down with it.
Yeah, that's a bad ball.
Yeah. Two really good safeties. You see they in cover.
Gotta use your legs.
Here we go with Desmond Ridder to Abdullah for 24 yards. Next play.
Love it. Love it. Get our backs on them linebackers, man. Abdullah has been a bright spot for this offense, making plays in the run game and the pass game. Get him to rock.
Yeah, I like seeing that. 1st and 5 now from the Atlanta 5. Desmond Ridder.
Another one. Ball
to
out.
Amir Abdullah, 5 yards for the touchdown. So here you go with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, Abdullah said, I'm wearing the number 8 and I got the Kobe's on. Get me the ball. You know what time it is.
But look at this. Again, special teams, they missed an extra point in a 1-score game. So it should have been 15-10. Instead, it's 15-9 and under 2 minutes. 2-minute drill. Raiders with the ball back.
Well, we made Oh, there we go. Check it out. Let's get
Who's that again?
Amir Abdullah for 7 yards to the Las Vegas 27. 2nd and 8 at the Vegas 22. Desmond Ridder.
Good ball. Yep. That's a good ball, right?
Good job getting out of bounds. Good job.
10 yards. 4th and 8. All right, let's go for it. Desmond Ridder to 9 yards. 9 yards, and
that is a great
keep it alive.
effort.
I mean,
that's a great effort.
And to get out of bounds, that's big time.
Next play, it's 1st and 10. Desmond Ridder to Jacoby Myers for 22 yards.
That's a layered ball
They
right there.
spike the ball to stop the clock, and then here they go, 2nd and 10. Rolls out, and it's a incomplete pass in the end zone. No good. Defense by Kevin King.
Yeah, gotta look at more
So, okay, one last shot here. 3rd and 10. Desmond Ridder.
So we're all hoping.
Throw it up.
We're all hoping right now.
And it is intercepted by Jesse Bates.
Hope he almost timed it.
Yeah, he almost timed it.
And so the Falcons win this one 15-9. The Raiders have now lost 10 in a row. And look at the turnovers. You can't turn the ball over 3 times. The field position battle was definitely won by the Falcons. Time of possession, won by the Falcons. Usually you win the game in that case.
Look at our defense, man.
261 yards. That's what I was going to point out.
I'm just saying 261
Total yards.
1 takeaway, 4 for 13 on 3rd down, 0 for 0 in the red zone. Man, that's big time.
But isn't that a tale of 2 sides of the ball, and you don't like to single
That's not complimentary
either side
football.
out, but that is not complimentary football
You got to own it up. Do your
whatsoever.
job.
And we can continue to point out what is wrong with the offense. We can continue to point out the promising parts of the defense.
Yep.
I'm just going to keep it real. When you don't have a viable quarterback in the NFL, you're not going to win a lot of games, and it's been the problem for the Raiders. Okay, let's just put that out there.
Yep.
So that's the problem. It's clear going forward the number 1 priority needs to be quarterback.
Yeah.
I think the positive thing, though, is you look at the pieces we're starting to see around the quarterback. You're seeing some young offensive linemen that are really playing very well. And Jackson, even though Jackson Powers Johnson has a lot to learn, he's a lot of enthusiasm, some discipline,
we love
but
him.
you can't teach that kind of heart. And he hustles. DJ Glaze out of Maryland has been playing very well. Brock Bowers is the best rookie we've seen in years. Not just tight end, any position that we've seen in years. Jacoby Myers continues to be solid. Even guys like Amir Abdullah stepping up, guys that are veterans. And then, Cecile McCormick, I know he got hurt, but what we saw from him the past couple of games. So there's positives, but if you don't have a quarterback, you can't win in the National Football League.
We're up to 3 starting quarterbacks at this point, and you just can't have that with changing an offensive coordinator. So you have to get on the same page with the quarterback. So you're saying, like, we have a tight end who's an all-time great tight end. We have a really good receiver who's a number 2 guy. Our offensive line is getting better. I thought Cecile McCormick the last couple of weeks was the kind of running back who we can hand the ball off 20 times a game and have success. When you don't have that ability to be able to run the football and you have a young quarterback, a guy who's inexperienced, you're going to have days like this.
No doubt.
So the team needs to have a plan, and I just didn't think they had that plan today.
And it's tough. I mean, it's tough to be consistent on offense when you're starting a quarterback that wasn't even in training camp.
Yeah.
So he
was
didn't
on a
even
practice squad with another team.
Exactly. So he didn't even have the reps with some of these guys that he's out there with. You got a whole different play caller calling the plays. I understand that, but if we want to win a couple of these games to finish the season, we're going to have to be aggressive. We're going to have to take some chances. We are going to have to figure out ways to score on offense. We cannot continue to put the defense in this situation. If we do, it's going to be tough to win some games down the end. I mean, our defense gave up 15 points.
Yeah.
We scored 9. They gave up 4 for 13 on 3rd down. So that means they was getting off the field, getting you the football back, right?
And then the offense turns it over 3 times and gives them the football right back.
And they played on a lot of short fields due to the block punts and all that type stuff. So we just got to find ways to get explosive on offense, get creative on offense. We do have the playmakers. That is the positive. We do have the playmakers to make plays. We got to get creative and try to put some points up.
That's right.
All right, that's very clearly put. All right, when we return, JJ and EA continue to break down the defensive pressure and much more coming up next.
Let's talk.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Dude, you're looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro.
Hey guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Let's do it.
There comes a day
gonna be a day when I'll be the one
you dream.
It's gonna
It's gonna be Ray.
Dude, are you crying?
Looking good, guys.
Thanks!
Oh, hey, Pickle!
Hi, Dad!
I brought Mom's glasses from the hotel.
Oh, great! She's in the ballroom, the big one!
I'm coming up!
Vacations are better with the credit gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Earn points for travel with Credit One Bank and live large.
It's in our very nature to find exhilaration in the new, to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
Hey Raider Nation, when you come to see the Raiders take the field at Allegiant Stadium, you should do it from the best seats in the house. So grab an ice-cold Coors Light, and you can enter to win tickets for these Coors Light silver seats at Allegiant Stadium. With plush seating, state-of-the-art beverage coolers, and wireless phone chargers, there's no better place to watch your Raiders bring home the win. Celebrate responsibly.
taste is not an option. Taste is everything. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Raiders. Low fares, non-stop flights, only at Allegiant.com. America First Credit Union, the official credit union of the Las Vegas Raiders. Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. And by Cox, proud partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Welcome back. The Raiders lose this one 15-9 to the Falcons, mostly in part because they didn't have an answer for Bijan Robinson that was able to move the chains despite a relentless pass rush from the Raiders defense. To break down both sides, let's go over to EA and JJ.
All right, Amber, you said it right when you talk about relentless. These guys today, I think, played for Max Crosby. Here you're going to see 5 guys in line of scrimmage. As you guys know, if you guys have been watching the show, that's our Rhino package, where we just really want to get up to the line of scrimmage and have all those offensive linemen have to account for someone. Now, we're going to have a back out, and right now, the tackle stunt is really great because that pocket collapsed from outside in. Just, oh man, outstanding pressure from our guys. Remember, these are guys who are on practice squad starting the season off, but right now, Patrick Graham has these guys lighting up. Again, 5 guys in line of scrimmage. Our middle linebacker is going to back out, but watch this pressure up front and then that outstanding job by the defensive end on the right side using that great swipe move to really collapse that pocket. And that quarterback, watch me, he feels it. Watch that. He feels it. Going to tuck and try and run. You love that relentless effort from this defensive line. I think that's Dragon Ball Z or something like that. One more time here. Again, the great get-offs. And here's our guy again, our young guy, Tyree Wilson. Great job, pressure. Keep up, relentless. Getting after it. I think that's about his 4th sack this season. So you're seeing the emergence of these young players and then that coverage back in the back end doing an outstanding job. Just love the fact that these guys continuing to get after the quarterback.
Yeah. Raiders did a lot of really good things on defense, especially in the pass game, getting after Kirk Cousins and making it hard on him. But one thing we didn't do, EA, is stop the run. And this is what we have to get better at right here. Number 1, do not let him get to the outside. We know that is football 101. Bijan Robinson on the outside is an absolute problem. One of the best running backs we have in the game, right? Did a really good job in the pass game on Kirk Cousins, had like 90-yard passes in the third quarter. But this young fella right here is a special football player, and this is what we have to eliminate. Big chunk runs like this that turn into first downs. This keeps our defense on the field, but not only that, wears them down. You know when the ball is getting ran at you and you on the field a lot, it's a lot of wear and tear wearing you down, and here come Bijan Robinson again downhill. Foot in the ground. And we don't want our corners tackling running backs. No. It's all respect due to the corners. We do not want them. But just too many explosive. I mean, as you're watching these right here, you're seeing 7-yard runs, 10-yard runs, 20-yard runs. We have to do better defensively in the run game. If we can do that and get after the passer the way we did and be able to stop the run like this, we are going to be a pretty good defense because we're going to have to be if we don't want to win some games. That's just the bottom line. If we want to win some games, EA, we're going to have to score on defense and we're going to have to make some plays on defense because our offense is struggling right now. Amber, back to you.
You know what also needs to not happen is mental miscues, because there were quite a few of them in this game. Alexander Madison, he loses a fumble on the opening drive. The 2 blocked punts. Do you know how rare it is to see a blocked punt in a game? It doesn't happen very often, but twice in one game, and then that gives Atlanta the ball on the 33 and the Atlanta 49. So good field position for Atlanta. They fair catch the punt at the 3, and then that leads to the safety and the blocked extra point. I mean, that's in a 1-score game. You know, so that's inexcusable, and I wonder if at times that's youth or fatigue. You know, people being asked to do things they haven't done often. But you were saying, EA, a lot of this is football 101.
That's fundamental stuff. How many phases in the game are there? There's 3 phases in the game. offense, defense, and special teams.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, that's back-to-back, that's the same look.
Yes.
They did not give us a different look or bring something different. This right here is just effort. The Atlanta Falcons just playing with more effort than us on that play. We got to be better. Plays like that change the football game. The Las Vegas Raiders cannot afford to have mistakes like that thinking they're going to win a football game. We already playing an uphill battle with a quarterback that we, wasn't even on our team, on our roster, that's still trying to find his way. So we got to be better in the special teams games, and we got to try to create some more takeaways on defense.
Yeah, there's a level, obviously, that the leaders provide on defense, offense, and the special teams. So that special team leader needs to find a way to get his guys playing at the same high level for every single play. Just because maybe you're a special teams guy and you didn't get that many reps in offense or defense, and now you are, there's really a doubt. There's never a doubt. You cannot rely on just being there, being a body. You have to make sure you put the effort in every single play.
And to be fair, there were so many times where this team really relied on A.J. Cole and his punts, or relied on Daniel Carlson to make 50-plus yard field goals to even get on the board over the last couple of years. So to have two of the best in the game, not be able to find success because of some gaffes on special team is unique. That doesn't usually happen with the Raiders. Really quick before we go to break, I want to bring up something that we're going to hear from Adam Butler. He was talking about being a Raider and how we're trying to find out if guys are Raiders. I think that's pretty cool.
That hits you.
That hits you, right? It's
really
a reminder. It's a reminder that all these guys, special teams, that's usually the pathway to get to become a starter. You get on the team with special teams. You're trying to prove that not only can you play in the National Football League, but you actually have something called grit and heart, which is historically defined as a Raider. And I think people need to remember that when they're out on the field trying to fight to stay on the Raiders team.
No doubt.
So,
great
I think a good point. All right, when we come back, we're going to be hearing from Coach. He is at the podium coming up next.
In 300 feet, turn left.
With Cox's fiber-powered internet, you can do brilliant things.
Exit approaching.
Like upload your voice to Dad's GPS in no time flat.
And I miss you, Daddy. Happy birthday.
Get multi-gig download speeds powered by fiber. Upgrade your internet today with Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Limited availability in select areas.
Every year, millions fly with us at Allegiant because together, we go places. We see old friends and try new things. We laugh. We really like to laugh. And reconnect. We remember. And we wander, which leads to wonder. From how we go to where we go to what we do when we get there, we go further together.
The power of we connects you. It looks after you. It completes your circle. And with Intermountain Health as a partner in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. Because the stronger your circle, the healthier your life will be. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
It's in our very nature to find exhilaration in the new, to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Your 5-star chefs on 4 wheels, running your kitchen all over town, pushing through working hours and after hours. No matter rain or shine. Because when you stay hungry, your neighborhood stays fed. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Intermountain Health understands that life can be a challenging game, and mental wellness is vital to our overall health. It takes courage to admit when we're not okay, and even more to reach out. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, call or text 988 or visit strongestplay.com for mental wellness resources.
Yeah, Antonio, you guys have been pretty sound in the special teams this year. 3 blocks in the kicking game, a fair catch inside the 5, things that, you guys haven't normally done this year. Any
bad day in office, real bad day in office. Bottom line.
In a close game like this, the special teams comes into play pretty big, I would imagine.
Well, all teams. We need all 3 phases to play well. Obviously, when you're struggling, losing 9 in a row, you can't have those mistakes, and we did today, and it was a bad day in office. Bottom line.
Antonio, at the end of the first half, you guys had 2 timeouts but held on to them until pretty late there. Were you trying to preserve them for the last minute? What was the thought process behind not calling them earlier on in that drive at the end?
The first half, you said?
End of the first half, at the end of the second quarter, when you guys ended up running the clock out after Desmond got sacked.
Yeah, when Desmond got sacked, we just took it to halftime.
You're
Yeah, it's a lower leg injury, I believe, ankle. Got to get more x-rays.
Your thoughts on Desmond Ridder tonight?
I thought he battled, especially at the interception. He just got nicked up. Man, he's a fighter. Obviously, personal game for him. But I thought what we wanted to do until late in the game with the interception, and obviously we got one there on a Hail Mary, gave us a chance. I mean, we're down there inside the 40-yard line, plus 40 to give our team one more chance, one more opportunity. And he fought, proud of his effort and the way he competed.
AP, even this week at owners' meetings, Mark Davis mentioned how these guys are just still fighting for you, and I'm curious, offense gets a slow start, but in the end, they're still fighting. What is it with a 2-11, now 2-12 team that you're able to do to continue to get these guys to still keep fighting and battling?
Yeah, it really ain't about me. It's not about an individual. It's about the team. This is what we've been building on and working on since the offseason, into training camp, and then into the season. If you just saw them in there at the very end of the game, everybody dapping each other, loving each other up, and just, keep fighting. Take the day off tomorrow, get back to work. That's blue-collar group, right? Just hasn't gone our way, which is now becoming, transparent and redundant. But it's not really about them fighting for me. We're fighting for one another. We understand where we're at. We get what's going on. But I think these guys just showed you in the game where in the fourth quarter it's done, right, 3-15 or whatever, and these guys gave ourselves a chance, went down to score. And then we got the ball with less than 2 minutes to again go out there and win the game.
What was the game plan offensively, and what was the reason for the slow start?
The plan was to score points, run the football, take care of the football, don't have turnovers and penalties.
Antonio, that last play when the ball's flying in the end zone, what's going through your head? It was only 2 seconds on the clock, but how long did that seem like it was staying up in the air for you?
Yeah, I just needed to come down in silver and black. It didn't. Just watching these guys compete. 2 opportunities, I thought a good job. Listen, I don't know if we got more 2-minute drives in the fourth quarter than any other team in football right now, but these guys find a way to keep going dog-tired and just, put some extra players in there. Thought Desmond did a good job throwing it up there. It's a jump ball situation. We've seen in the league this year where it goes both ways, and hell, we need a break, right? We need a little prayer. Just didn't go our way.
Time now for one big number. There have been 7 games this season without the Raiders scoring any points in the first quarter. So they're not getting off to a good start. They have now played 14 games, so that's half of the games. They're not scoring in the first quarter. Also, there were 0 targets to wide receivers in the first half.
Yeah.
It is hard to move the ball down the field when you're not targeting your receivers. Now, they did target, to be fair, their best receiver right now, which is a tight end.
Yeah.
They did target Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
But and you got to feel for Antonio Pierce because these guys are clearly still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that he has not lost the locker room. The guys are still playing for him. But as he said, it's redundant and it's transparent that they're just not getting it done.
It's tough, too, because as a head coach, the number one thing that you want to do is you want to take care of your side of the ball. And when you look at Antonio Pierce, he's a defensive-minded head coach. And the defense is playing at a very, very high level. The offense is not holding up their end of the bar. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not surprised even the wide receivers didn't get a target. I've been out there with quarterbacks like Seneca Wallace and Scott Tozine, and my receiver coach would come up and tell me, like, it might be one of them days. He's juggling a lot. He's picking up protection. He's young. He just got here. It might be one of those days. Probably going to lean on the run a little bit more. So I'm not surprised at that. But we got to start being aggressive and trying to find ways to score, or it's going to keep on being the outcome. Because if you don't score, you don't win.
Yeah, definitely a different look from the last 2 weeks prior to this week, and it has a lot to do with the quarterback, like you're saying.
All right, when we return, Adam Butler, what a bright light he has been the past couple of games. He joins us from Allegiant.
Every year, millions fly with us at Allegiant because together, we go places. We see old friends and try new things. We laugh. We really like to laugh. And reconnect. We remember. And we wander, which leads to wonder. From how we go to where we go to what we do when we get there, we go further together.
Hey Raider Nation, when you come to see the Raiders take the field at Allegiant Stadium, you should do it from the best seats in the house. So grab an ice cold Coors Light, and you can enter to win tickets for these Coors Light silver seats at Allegiant Stadium. With plush seating, state-of-the-art beverage coolers, and wireless phone chargers, there's no better place to watch your Raiders bring home the win. Celebrate responsibly.
Dude, you are looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro.
Guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Let's do it.
There comes a day. Gonna be a day
when I'll be the one
you dream.
It's gonna.
It's gonna be Ray.
Dude, are you crying?
This segment of Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Twitch. Be sure to check out the Raiders' fifth quarter podcast. Listen and follow wherever you podcast. So the Raiders lose this one to the Falcons, but I'll tell you the defense came to play today.
Yes, they did.
And one man that had a good game is Adam Butler, and he joins us now from Allegiant Stadium. And Adam, you know what? This team, with the record, it could quit. You could have men quit. But it is so impressive the way that the defense comes out, especially every single week, and battles. Where does that come from?
I think it's just the character of the guys and the culture of this defense. I mean, as you've seen, for the past 2 years that I've been here, that's just how we play football.
When I look at Kirk Cousins and look at the fact that he only had 93 passing yards, I mean, the pass defense was on point, and a lot of that was the pressure you had, the sack. And to do all of this without Max Crosby out there, did you guys feel like you kind of had to continue the tone that he sets every single game, and no matter if he's out there or not, that this defensive line is going to bring the pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. Max, that's my guy, man. And I definitely played for him tonight. I know he would have loved to have been out here, to help us win and everything. But, he sets the tone in the room, and, he set the standard. So all of us that's out there on the field, we don't want to let him down. We don't want to let the team down. And, this is just our identity as a defense, and we want to keep that identity. We don't want to lose it. So that's why we play the way we do.
Well, yeah, me and EA up here daydreaming, but y'all wasn't daydreaming on the football field, man. But just talk to us a little bit about the energy and effort y'all played with, because I feel like that's why you guys won a lot of one-on-ones today. I mean, got after Kirk Cousins, sacking him. Just talk about the energy and effort coming out here, because, this is a 2-win team, and you guys still came out here like y'all got 11 wins, man, and that shows a lot of heart and a lot of pride.
Right. And we take a lot of pride in this organization. You know, this is a historic organization. Like I've said before in the past, you know, this is hard-nosed football. That's what being a Raider is about. It's about being, you know, just a group of tough guys going out there to give it everything that we got, you know, from the first whistle to the last, you know. And that's just who we are, you know, and I don't plan on changing that no time soon.
Adam, man, it started from you from preseason. I saw you getting after it. What are the kind of goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I wanted to prove to the entire league that I can, you know, play the run, you know, that I can be a dominant player up front. I wanted to prove that I'm an every down player and not just a third down or a backup player. I wanted to prove that I can be a starter in this league. And as I said in training camp, I wanted to earn a new contract. I wanted to earn a better contract because I felt like with 5 sacks, I should have got a better contract than I got last year. But I took care of that on my personal end, you know, and that's why I'm playing the way I'm playing. I'm fighting for a bigger purpose. You know, I'm fighting to prove myself, and I think I've done that.
Not just you, but when you look around, I mean, you look at Lulu had that breakup at the end, and then Kaylavon Chason has a sack. What have we learned about the depth of the defense through all of these injuries? We have guys that, you know, no offense to them, but we didn't know a lot of their names in the preseason, and they are showing up.
Right. I think it goes back to what you said earlier about us just continuing to play. It's, you know, as if we have 11 wins right now. And I think, you know, Jonah, I think, you know, KC, you know, and even Tyree, I think, you know, this is the real test to see if they really are Raider material. And I think that they're doing everything that they can to prove that they are. You know, they're a part of this group that doesn't give up. And I'm proud of the way that they've worked. And I'm proud of the things that they're doing. And they're taking advantage of their opportunities. And I'm doing the best I can to lead them.
You know, as players, we always kind of, whether it's other players around the league or players on our team, that we try to get little bits and pieces from to help our game out. What's some things that maybe Max or some of the guys on the D-line has taught you or helped you with your game as you go out there on Sundays and take the field, or Mondays or Thursdays, whenever you take the football field?
I think Max specifically, he's just taught me just be more confident, you know, and just continue to be explosive off the ball. You know, don't deviate from my plan. Don't deviate from my identity. Just be myself at all times. And you know what? It's paid off for me.
I think, Adam, you're one of the great stories in a tough season, but along with a number of your teammates who have been great stories and seeing how they've elevated their play through adversity. Thanks for joining us. Regroup, and we'll get ready to see you against Jacksonville.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Adam.
Thank you, my man.
And here's a look at some of the players he was talking about. He mentioned Tyree Wilson. He mentioned Laulo. He also,
another sack.
Exactly. And look, Tyree Wilson is slowly, we keep saying this, he's slowly coming along. Because he was a first rounder, there's a lot of pressure to produce immediately. But a lot of defensive linemen will tell you it takes a minute in the NFL, and we're seeing him come along. But Robert Spillane just continues just to be, he just grinds. He just grinds, and take a look at the pressure that they were able to put on Kirk Cousins today. I'll tell you that one on Spillane, by the way, that was not roughing the passer. That was textbook.
That was a bad call.
At the very end of the
All
game.
Raider Nation is going to be screaming about that, and
That
rightfully
was not
so.
okay.
I'm so
But
tired
just
of
doing a good job on the back end also of getting a couple cover sacks. But up front, this is the one thing we definitely had worries about, right? Max not here. You start the season off and you think this defensive line is going to be just dominant. Then you have all the injuries. But they came to play tonight.
No doubt. And what I will say is when you watch these pressures and these sacks, these ain't off the edge. These is up the middle. And that's what we want as a defensive line, because when 98 is out there, if these dudes can produce like that and close that, man, you got these boys off the edge, that's a problem. So that was impressive today, watching those boys get after Kirk Cousins and really come up those A's and those B gaps.
Did you see that little stat at the bottom? It says 16 Raiders have a half sack or more. That's the most in Raiders history this season. This bodes well for the future of the depth of this defensive roster. And some guys might prove that they are could be starters in the NFL. I think they call him KC, but K'Lavon Chaisson is proven. Remember, this was a first-round draft pick out of LSU.
Yeah.
This was no chump, right? This was a guy that has a lot of talent, didn't come to fruition in Jacksonville, but we're really seeing that now. And to do it without Max Crosby, as we keep saying, this is showing that guys are showing up that could contribute for years to come with the Raiders.
And not only that, I really think, and we can say whatever we want to say about AP, but he got this defense playing good football. And I know he's not calling the plays, but he's a defensive-minded head coach. I know Graham is calling the plays, but this defense really all year long has really been doing their best. Offensively, they've had their struggles. But defensively, man, they've been holding it down, man, and really playing well and doing their best. Besides maybe one or two plays here and there with backups, man.
And
so
to
that's
that
huge.
point, when you're talking about development, this is the second year in a row that we've had a player who's Malcolm Kuntz, who wasn't a starter, wasn't a guy who they thought was going to get all these sacks, and he's developed throughout the beginning and end of the year and turned out to have a really good year. So that tells you a lot about what's going on in practice on the defensive side of football.
No doubt.
That's very important.
No doubt.
Yep.
All right, coming up, speaking of defensive players, Max Crosby has received quite a nomination. We're going to tell you what it is next and an update on his situation. This segment of Raiders Game Day is brought to you by America First Credit Union. For every Raiders first down at Allegiant Stadium this year, America First Credit Union will be donating $100 to a local charity.
Taste is not an option. Taste is everything. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Dude, you're looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro.
Guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Let's do it.
There comes a day
When I'll be the one
you dream.
it's gonna
It's gonna be Ray.
Dude, are you crying?
Hey Raider Nation, when you come to see the Raiders take the field at Allegiant Stadium, you should do it from the best seats in the house. So grab an ice cold Coors Light, and you can enter to win tickets for these Coors Light silver seats at Allegiant Stadium. With plush seating, state-of-the-art beverage coolers, and wireless phone chargers, there's no better place to watch your Raiders bring home the win. Celebrate responsibly.
Every year, millions fly with us at Allegiant because together, we go places. We see old friends and try new things. We laugh. We really like to laugh. And reconnect. We remember. And we wander, which leads to wonder. From how we go to where we go to what we do when we get there, we go further together.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city, restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop for 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
The power of we is all for one. It's all for you. It's always there for you. It completes your circle. It says you've got a team even when you're out there alone. And with Intermountain Health in your circle, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Walter Payton, Man of the Year nominee. Two-time nominee. bring it home. Got to bring it home, right? So let's make sure to vote. But obviously, you guys can see since Max been here, his community involvement through the Raiders Foundation. And then, I mean, you can just go through everything. Supporting champs, supporting the football skills camp, and then just a variety of different other things that obviously Max has done along with his wife. I know his foundation, man. Props to you, man. Keep going this winning one, right?
Honestly, it's a shock. Knowing where I come from and, you know, how far I've come as a person, it's a blessing. At the end of the day, for me, being in my position, being able to, you know, have the wealth that I have and, you know, have, you know, the blessing of being a professional, like, it's the least I could do. And I made a decision that I'm not going to quit. Every single day, I try to, you know, put my best foot forward. I love giving back, and I love doing things for other people. It makes me happy. Like, I give almost too much, but that's just my personality. You know, it makes me happy. It's a great day. Hey. It's just awesome, you know, to be recognized for something like that. It's an incredible honor. It's not like about getting the spotlight and, oh, Max is a great, like, that's not it for me. Like, I want to make change and make impact. I've always wanted to do, you know, that. Like, I've always dreamed really big, you know, like everybody I tell around me, like, I want to maximize everything that I do. The foundation's been in the works for a long time. I've talked about it publicly about, you know, I've done a lot of work with pit bull rescues and animal rescues already. That's going to be a big part of the foundation, but also teen substance abuse, you know, kids going through, you know, what I went through. Those are some of the main focuses. There's a lot of other things as well. Like, we're going to cover a lot of things. You know, I'm super excited about it. And I got a lot of people, great people backing me up. I plan on doing a lot of big things.
All right, let's get it. Raiders on me, Raiders on three. One, two, three.
You can help support Max on X Twitter by posting hashtag WPMOY challenge and tagging @CrosbyMax, or vote directly on NFL.com/man of the year. And what a more deserving candidate than Max Crosby and all that he does for the community of Las Vegas. But just bad news that his season is going to be over after just 12 games. But to his credit, he has played since that Ravens game. That's where he injured it, on an injured ankle, and still has the numbers that he has this season. He's still at the top of the league, towards the top of the league for tackles for loss. The heart that he has shown is pretty impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, Ian.
Well, he's a perfect example of what a Raider, like you would think about, had to overcome some obstacles early on in his life and his career. He's came to this football team, has been the face of this franchise since he's been here, has always elevated himself and the players around him. It's a certain standard that he has to meet, and he wants everyone else to kind of join along with him, particularly on the defensive side of football. Just a pleasure to, you know, bump into him in this facility we're in, and he always has encouraging things to say. And I think this organization really protected him from himself, because there is no way there's going to be a pitch count or a play count on this guy.
Oh, he's going to go 100%.
If he's suited up, he's going to play every play. And we understand where we are right now as a football team and a franchise. And I think you have to protect him as an asset moving forward.
Yeah, you need guys like Max Crosby on your football team. You do. I mean, ankle messed up, record not that good, right? Team struggling, and you still out there on one leg, hobbling and all that. That's a leader. That's a leader. That's a guy you want to follow behind. That's a guy you want to build your organization around. And obviously off the field, what he is in the community is huge. But he is a brother's brother. He's going to be out there for his brothers, whether he's hurt, whatever it may be, any injuries. And this ain't the first injury.
Right.
We've seen him battle through plenty of injuries since he's been here. So
last year was the knee,
respect,
remember?
Respect to Max Crosby, man.
And you know what, I think that you can tell what a great job that a man does on a team by seeing the younger players and how he brings them along. Look at a guy like Malcolm Kuntz last year, who came along under Max Crosby. Look at a guy like Kayvon Chason this year has come along, and how the defensive linemen have been playing replacements this year. That's because of the leadership and the tone that Max Crosby has set in that room.
Yeah, and a lot of the fans don't get to see the energy that he brings even in preseason practice. Like when he's calling everybody out in practice in the preseason, and guys are kind of hooting and hollering. Whenever you come to the practices early on, you know where the defensive linemen are, because they're shouting, barking, screaming, competing against each other. So he just brings a great energy to wherever he is.
Yeah, and energy is contagious.
Yep.
Energy is contagious, and you need that around here, especially in times like this.
Yep.
Coming up, Raiders players are supporting uniquely designed cleats that feature organizations and nonprofits that are near and dear to their hearts as part of the NFL's My Cause, My Cleats campaign. This segment of Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the official soft drink of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Looking good, guys.
Thanks!
Oh, hey, Pickle!
Hi, Dad!
I brought Mom's glasses from the hotel.
Oh, great! She's in the ballroom, the big one!
I'm coming up!
Vacations are better with the credit gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Earn points for travel with Credit One Bank and live large.
It's in our very nature to find exhilaration in the new, to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
In 300 feet, turn left.
With Cox's fiber-powered internet, you can do brilliant things.
Exit approaching.
Like upload your voice to Dad's GPS in no time flat.
And I miss you, Daddy. Happy birthday.
Get multi-gig download speeds powered by fiber. Upgrade your internet today with Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Limited availability in select areas.
Taste is not an option. Taste is everything. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Raiders. Low fares, non-stop flights, only at Allegiant.com. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Las Vegas Raiders. Coors Light, choose chill, an official beer of Raider Nation. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And by Twitch, watch, discover, join in.
Let's see him. Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Oh, this is so cool. I chose to go with the American Cancer Society because my father was diagnosed with cancer back in 2017.
My foundation is the Wounded Warrior Foundation because I've had family and friends that both served.
My cause for my cleats is my I Am Gifted Foundation.
And I chose to partner with Olive Crest. They want to end childhood neglect and abuse in Las Vegas.
Let's see him. Oh, wow.
This year for My Cause, My Cleats means a lot because it's an organization that means so much to me. So I'm so happy and so excited to see what the cleats look like.
These are insane. How they design this is unreal. It's a personal thing because I feel like the backbone of this country is our military. And at the end of the day, I want to give back to them because without them, I wouldn't be able to play this game today.
It was one of the hardest things that me and my family have ever been through. Wow, these are the best ones yet. All the different types of programs that were supported us at the time. It was easy to select such a great organization and all the benefits that they have.
Dang. Oh, that's beautiful. Spread that love and positivity. There was a time where I almost walked away from the game of football, and I'm glad I didn't because now I'm in a position to use my platform for good.
I'm really excited to wear these and show my pride for Olive Crest. My Cause, My Cleats is huge in the NFL, and I am just so proud of all my teammates that go out there and support these foundations for such great causes across the NFL. So I'm just proud to be a part of it.
I love it.
Through the NFL's annual My Cause, My Cleats campaign, 37 Raiders wore custom cleats with their chosen causes tonight. To see all the custom designs and the organization supported, visit raiders.com/cleats. I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
Love Jones, you had it back.
Love Jones
you
for
had
kids.
your cleats
Yeah,
for your
the
foundation.
cleats. Yeah, you know.
Man, if they'd have put paint on the cleats when I was playing, find you.
Yeah.
I know. That shows you how the NFL is really finding ways to expand
Yes.
its reach to the community, and that's pretty awesome.
That is.
Real quick, Love Jones, what does it do?
Love Jones for Kids. We support the homeless shelters. We support all the homeless families and people out there. So I'm big in the homeless communities out
That's
there.
awesome.
Love Jones for Kids. Go check us out. We everywhere.
Donate. It was a great night at Allegiant as far as the entertainment is concerned. That's Danielle Bradbury. She was the winner of The Voice. She sang, and look who it is.
Oh, Bill
Pickell,
Pickell,
former Raiders defensive
Come off that
tackle.
edge, man.
Got to light the torch, and look, the former lead singer of ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons, was out there. And look, it's Woodson.
See,
Charles Woodson.
Oh my God, man.
I'll tell you, man, that Woodson whiskey. Jeremy Madden.
I see you, D-Man.
And all the alumni out there of Raider
He
Nation.
ready to play. He was ready to play.
And we ran into all of them. Everybody was having a great time.
They ain't shouted out JJ or EA yet.
Oh, man. You know, just got to be in the people
Well,
in the stands.
you're still trying to light the torch. You've been trying to light the torch your whole
light the torch.
ever since you retired. We're going to try to make it happen. Take a look what is coming up next. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up on Sunday. That is at Allegiant Stadium. Come out and support. And then the Saints will be in the Big Easy.
DC going to be playing?
Nope.
And Dub is W.
You know what we did with the Chargers last year at this time.
Yep.
Chargers, that's right. We had.
Put it on them.
And then what's that?
That's 3 wins in a row.
So we don't know. That's the Pro Bowl.
What, is that here?
True. No, that's
No,
Orlando.
it's in Orlando, but you know that's
Oh.
the next thing coming up for the Raiders players to participate in, and you have to. Max Crosby's got to make the Pro Bowl, even though his season is over. Brock Bowers, though, as a rookie,
Brock Bowers.
that would be a lot of fun to check that out.
Max
so
is in.
Maybe Jacoby too, maybe.
I know Jacoby has had a quiet season. That is
That's gonna
for
be
sure.
rough. He missed a lot of
All right. All right, that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. For James Jones, for Eric Allen. We'll see you out there after the Jaguars game.
Hey, right now,
Have a good
inside
weekend,
flag
everyone.
football too? Oh,
Monday.